Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Diarvian, PTNPM 2441230. I'm from accounting class. Hello everyone. This is video we are going to talk about cost accounting again. But this is time the topic is cost of process, or what they usually call process costing. Don't worry, it is sound complete. We all break it down in a simple and easy way to so you can understand it without stress. So, first, what is process costing? Basically, process costing is a method used by companies to calculate the cost of products that are produced continuously and in large quantity. Usually, products are identical or very similar, like bottled drinks, cement, pepper, or even instant noodles. So, instead of calculating the cost for each individual product, the company calculates the cost for each process production large. Let's imagine a simple example. Think about a factory that produces bottled water. The production doesn't happen all at once in one step. There are several steps like water purification, filling the bottle, selling and packaging. Each of these steps is called a process. In process costing, the company collects all the costs in each process and then spend or average those costs over all the unit product. This is different from job order costing, where each product is unique and costs are tracking per job. In process costing, everything is more about averaging because the products are basically the same. How? Let's talk about the type of cost involved. Just like in the general costing accounting, there are three main components: direct material, direct labor, and overhead. But in process costing, these costs are collected for each department of process. For example, in the mixing department, you will have material costs, labor costs, and overhead. Then, in the packaging department, there will be another set of those costs. All of these costs are accumulated over a certain period, like 1 month. After that, the company calculates the cost per unit by dividing the total cost by the number of unit production during that period. This is why process costing is often associated with as production. But here where it gets a bit more interesting. Not all products are always fully complete by the end of the period. Some are still in progress. This is where the concept of equivalent unit comes in. Equivalent unit help you measure partially complete product as if they were fully completed. For example, if you have 100 units that are only 50% finished, it means they are equivalent to 50 fully complete units. This way, the company can fairly distribute costs between finished goods and work in process. Another important thing in process costing is cost flow. Costs move from one process to another. So once the first process is completed, its total cost is transferred to the next process as part of its input cost. This continuous until the product is fully finished. To make it even simpler, think of it like a product line. Each step adds some cost, and at the end, all those costs are combined into the final product. So, that final cost of the product is actually an accumulation of all costs from each process. Process costing is very useful for complement because it makes cost calculation more efficient and practical, especially when dealing with large-scale production, instead of tracking every single item, which would take a lot of the time and effort. Companies can just calculate average cost per process. So, in conclusion, process costing is a method used to calculate production costs by calculation and averaging costs at each stage of production. It is mainly used for continuous and mass production where products are similar. Even though its use average, it still provides important information for predicting cost control and decision making. Hopefully, after watching this, you have a better understanding of what process costing is. Once you get the basic idea, it actually becomes much easier to follow. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.